Hello, welcome to part 3 of my video series about building a retail store in Blender. In the previous video, we built the architecture of the store, the floor, the walls, the doors, the ceiling, and the lights. And in this video, I'll be focusing on the wall fixtures and the floor fixtures. This is where we left off in the model last time. I'm going to start in this right corner, so I'm going to grab my elevation, my fixture plan, isolate them, and I'm going to zoom in to this corner just to look at what I'm building. Just looking at the drawings, it looks like there's a post that runs up on each side of a 2-foot wide panel. I'm just going to model it once and then use an array to extend it along the entire length of this wall. Mesh, cylinder, 7 to go into top view, Z to frame selected, S to scale down. I'm just going to approximately match the diameter of that circle, S, Z to scale vertically, 3 to actually go into the side view so I can align it properly, GZ, control to snap to the top, tab into edit mode, vertex selection, box select, GZ to extend it down to the ground. GZ to align here. I'm going to take this face, duplicate it, scale it up slightly larger, E to extend down, Shift S2, add a plane, scale down, E to extrude, and then pull all of these up to align with the ground. So that's going to be the base of my pole. 7 to go into top view. So I have my vertical support, and now I'm going to model this panel. Shift A, add a new cube, SX to make it skinnier. I'm going to align it in the corner, and then I'm going to align it on this corner as well. 3 to go into the side view, and then I'm going to align it with the top of this and the bottom of the panel here. So this is my panel. Reset origin to geometry, control space, go to the wrench, add a modifier. I'm going to search for array. It's set up an array, but in the X direction. You can see factor X. I actually want it in the Y direction. I'm going to reset this to 0 and then reset this to 1. Let's make a copy right next to it. And I'm going to extend it all the way down the length of this wall. And click and drag to the right. And looks like there's 29. Alt Q. The left side is just a mirror reflection of these. So I'm going to do Alt D, X, create an instance, and then I'm going to mirror that in the X direction. Control M to mirror, X, and then G, X to slide it against the wall. If I want to be precise, I can reference the plan, pull it slightly off against the wall. And now I have panels along both sides of the wall. Same thing for the back wall. Alt D, R to rotate 90 degrees. Place it in line with the plan. And in this case, I need to reduce the number in my array down to something like 11. You may notice I'm not doing it exactly. This is just quickly modeling something. This is just a reference. GX to reposition it to be centered in between these two doors. 0 to check my camera view. And right now the panels and everything is just white. So now I've selected my fixture plan. And this is going to be an apparel store. So there's a series of tables, hanging racks, seating elements, cash register, and a back wrap, and more seating. So in this panoramic image of the store, you can see that there's a wall system of these thin panels and allows for hang bars and brackets and shelves. And for floor fixtures, there's mannequin displays, there's a series of different sized tables, hanging racks for clothes, mannequin platforms, seating elements with mirrors, more mirrors that can be mounted on vertical surfaces, things like that. If you're working for a brand, you probably have something like this. It's a fixture library. I'm not going to build every single fixture from scratch in this video, but you can see the variety of these fixtures that I'm going to be placing throughout the store. Here are those series of tables, hanging fixtures, mirrors, and benches, and things like that. I'm going to grab my fixture plan and my fixtures, isolate those, and bring my fixtures closer. So I'm going to do a grouping by grouping and then see where I can just copy and paste. Looks like there's 2 different kinds of hanging racks here around a table formation. So I'm going to grab my 2 different kinds of hanging racks. Alt D, duplicate, and G to place them, R to rotate, G to place. And then I'm going to look for a square table. So I'll grab these tables and just place them like that. So I can grab these again, Alt D, R to rotate, and just place another grouping right there. This looks like seating to me. So I'm going to grab my bench. Has a little mirror underneath. And I'm going to place back-to-back benches here and here. Rotate 90 degrees. These end pieces look like small hanging fixtures. I'm going to grab this little T-stand. And this layout doesn't actually match these fixtures. If you were working for a brand, you would have blocks to indicate certain fixtures, but I'm just using this to fill up the space. Grab this T-stand. Duplicate it over here, rotate it. Looks like a hanging rack in a series of tables. I'm going to take a hanging rack here, and maybe these tables. Then I'm going to use the other variation on this side. just to mix it up. This is just me quickly filling the space in with fixtures. A to select all, unisolate, go to 0 in my camera view. Now I have wall fixtures and floor fixtures. And I can also put a mirror on this brick column. Alt D to create a duplicate, center it, and then place it here, and another one on this side. So now I have all the floor and wall fixtures in place. White panels looks a little stark, so I'm going to give it a little bit of a material. I'm just going to call it gray. I'm going to make it a little bit darker so that they stand out a little bit. So that's it for part 3. This was a pretty simple step, just placing furniture, but in the next video, I'll be building the storefront. Thanks for watching.